I'm gonna be completely honest here. I'm not that big of a fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. I've only played like maybe 2 of them. I've played Sonic Adventure 2 maybe like once or twice. I was like maybe 6 years old at a friend's house, and I only had time to play like the Shadow version of the game before my mom barged in like, hey y'all, it's time to go. You got school tomorrow. So that was the only amount of exposure I had to the game. But I did play a lot of Sonic Heroes, and I actually had a lot of fun playing that. Not enough for me to be a diehard fan, but nonetheless I had fun. Other than that, instead of just playing the games themselves, I've just watched a bunch of walkthroughs that have no commentary on it on YouTube just out of curiosity and mostly just to save money. Ironically, not being the biggest fan of this character isn't the main reason why I didn't watch this movie. It's mostly due to my everlasting vendetta towards video game franchises being turned into movies. It's always been a recipe for disaster for so many years, and I'm not sure why it's still going on. Though for some reason, this movie along with Detective Pikachu are the only exception in terms of that, and everybody loves them for some reason. But the whole video game movie fiasco topic is something that I'll save for another video. For now, I just want to talk about this movie and why I'll never watch it. So aside from my vendetta for video game movies, the core reason as to why I won't watch this movie is because of the shitty advertising. And I mean from the first trailer that was ever released. You know, with this hideous monstrosity. Ever since that first trailer came out, it was the first introduction to the final movie character design, and it left people completely furious about it. I personally didn't care that much because I didn't think this movie needed to exist in the first place. The fans wanted this movie to thrive, and in order to do that, fans begged Paramount, or more so demanded them, to go back and redo the character design. Now, deciding to design an already existing character to look like the exact opposite of what the original is supposed to look like is probably the stupidest marketing stunt one can pull in the entire entertainment industry. The goal is to appease your audience into watching the movie, not draw them away. Doing this horrible marketing tactic will draw them away. Though ironically, it didn't draw them away. It did, however, bring fans together to request at Paramount to go back and fix the look of the character. So they did, thus reaching box office gold despite the slight controversy. Now the reason why I say this is stupid is because the company probably had to spend a lot of money to make the character look a certain way, but the problem is that it's ugly as sin. Then they had to go back and change the character to make it look more appealing, which means they probably had to spend more money doing so. Not to mention they probably had to reshoot some scenes, which also costed more money. I'm just saying they wasted a lot of money doing this dumb controversial stunt to make more people watch their movie, when they could have just made it look appealing in the first place to save them more money. But instead they're just gonna waste it all, manipulating their audience into seeing a dumb movie. What amazes me though is how incredibly forgiving the fans are of this awful character design that they're allowing Paramount to have another chance at recreating the character. To me, I don't think they deserve that by any means. If they screw up once like that badly and that profusely, I don't think they deserve a second chance. I think they should be disowned altogether and completely... I'm not saying lose their jobs or anything, but I don't think they should deserve a second chance at trying again with the character, or at least trying again with this movie, if they're not going to do it right the first time. It doesn't make sense for you to give them any chances at all. At least that's just how I feel. What I would expect in a large multi-million-dollar industry like this is some form of professionalism. Not just with advertising, not just with making movies or making money deals or anything like that, but just in terms of overall presentation is the most important in terms of that professionalism. But if you can't even practice that and just make something as ugly and as ridiculous as this, then you don't deserve a second chance by anyone. You're done, in my book. I don't care if it's your boss, I don't care if it's an executive producer, I don't even care if it's a simple fan. You're absolutely done. I don't give a shit what else you have to show me. I'm done with you. This is the main reason why I never saw this movie, or the sequel, and I don't plan to watch the next one that comes after that, because I won't let those assholes from Paramount manipulate me like this. And honestly, neither should anyone else. If I wanted to see a movie based on my favorite character, whatever character that may be. It doesn't have to be Sonic, it can be anybody. I would expect that movie, as well as the advertising, to perform at its absolute best and nothing but its best, and not whatever dumb shit they did here. Now, I'm not faulting anyone for watching this movie and actually enjoying it for themselves. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Even the cast and crew that were involved with this film, I don't entirely blame them for the advertising. All they did was just do their jobs in terms of making the film possible.
But I personally refuse to watch it based on how manipulative the advertising was. I don't like to be manipulated. Influenced maybe, but not manipulated. There's a difference between the two. That's why I'll be avoiding this movie like the plague.